We'll go to panel 4.
Mr. Chairman, may I introduce Ray Rogers.
Mr. Kent, I appreciate earlier discussion and hope we can have that friendly meal to find answers to our differences. If we do have that meal, you might want to invite Warren Buffett. I'd be very happy to sit down with both of you. But now I have to ask you a hard question. You have repeatedly lied to shareholders about ongoing labor and criminal lawsuits and investigations by Mexican authorities focusing on Coca-Cola. In May 2011, Compuser, a corporate law firm headquartered in Mexico City, issued a special report titled "The Coca-Cola Company Investigated for Tax Evasion," warning its clients not to follow in Coca-Cola's footsteps. The report stated, despite the investigation into the company and our country, Muhtar Kent denied before the annual shareholders meeting that they are under investigation for tax evasion. If the accusations of fraud held against Coca-Cola were found to be true, the company would lose a figure ranging in the billions. The present investigation arose in response to the complaint filed by ex-director of market development, Angel Alvarado. At last year's annual meeting, Mr. Kent, you stated, quote, "The allegations raised by former employee Angel Alvarado are not true. There are no pending investigations by any authorities in Mexico involving our company." Alberto Barranco reported on your statements in El Universal on June 7th of last year. He said, "The truth is the CEO of Coca-Cola lied. Information on the labor and criminal lawsuits accusing Coca-Cola of cheating Mexican workers and the Mexican government out of hundreds of millions of dollars can be viewed on the Mexican government's official website." On another matter, one of the Coke 16, the group of black and Latino workers in New York who are suing Coca-Cola for racial discrimination, is Sandra Walker. She worked in one of the Coke plants in New York described as cesspools of racial discrimination. Last year, Coke flew 5 men from those plants to the annual meeting to refute those charges. One of the men you brought down is accused in a lawsuit of saying to Ms. Walker in front of her white supervisors, quote, "Black American women are not capable of washing themselves properly. They smell bad and their homes are nasty and filthy." To add insult to injury, Ms. Walker was suspended for 5 weeks but found innocent of charges that she told a supervisor, "You're a dead man," after witnesses proved she told the supervisor, "You're a racist." Yet Sandra was never reimbursed for the 5 weeks of lost pay. Sandra wants to relay this message to all of you here today. Quote, "I complained about the recurring abuses. This led to me being interrogated by persons from Coke's Human Resources Department in Atlanta. I was asked such irrational and obscene questions as, 'Sandra, do you have any personal friends who are HIV positive?' Then I was terminated." So, Mr. Chairman, what is your response this year to Mr. Branco, Mexican authorities, and Sandra Walker? And I hope we have that dinner. Thank you.
Thank you for not running over more. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rogers. First, let me just say, state it as a fact. Some of the things that you've said, let me just ensure that I state them. Coca-Cola Company does not tolerate discrimination, does not tolerate harassment. The Coca-Cola system does not tolerate it. We support workplace rights to the nth degree. Ed Potter is here. Anyone that, if you would like to have a separate conversation after the meeting. The Coca-Cola Company respects human rights in every single operation, every single warehouse, every single truck that runs around the world. The Coca-Cola Company promotes diversity, race, religion, gender, we promote diversity. The Coca-Cola Company values all of its stakeholders. And we have repeatedly, every year, responded to all your allegations in the past. But I really don't think that you want to know the truth, Mr. Rogers, because the truth does not support your campaign. Mexico antitrust. There is no investigation by the competition authorities, any other authorities in Mexico. Mr. Alvarado has filed several lawsuits, but every one of those claims have been dismissed. New York racial discrimination. Contrary to the allegations, our investigation has not uncovered a culture that is represented by what you said, one of workplace discrimination. So we can take, and then in the past you've talked always about Colombia, now you don't talk about Colombia, because all of those allegations have gone away, because they were never in existence in the first place. So what I would like to say to you is, we don't claim to have all the answers in every single day, in every country. We always are open to how to do things better. But we also take exception to those kind of allegations that are just not true. I will not sit up here and lie to anyone. I will not lie to anyone any single day about anything related to our business.